The woman accidentally discovered that every time her best friend came to the house, the daughter was unusually happy. Her husband also greeted her willingly. It was as if they were the only family. But the woman didn't care at all about this. She even specifically asked her husband to accompany her best friend to try on clothes in the room. She did this because she already knew that her best friend and her husband were having an affair. Even the daughter she had raised as her own was actually their child. Their goal was for the girl to inherit her fortune when she grew up. The husband and the best friend thought they had done it flawlessly, but they didn't know that from the moment the woman learned the truth. She had already been planning a vicious revenge scheme. So in the following years, the woman continued to disguise herself as a virtuous wife and loving mother, not only showering their daughter with care, but even when she witnessed intimate moments between her best friend and her husband, she turned a blind eye, simply waiting for the two to step into the trap she had set for them. Time passed quickly, and another 10 years went by. Under the best friend's overindulgence, the daughter turned into a delinquent girl. The woman, confronted with all this, merely gave a sinister smile. But when the best friend saw the daughter's report card, she became extremely anxious. Then she reconsidered. After all, this was her biological daughter, who would one day inherit everything from the woman. With that in mind, the best friend quickly asked the woman what she planned to do. The woman replied that she would send her daughter abroad to study, and that upon her return, she would inherit the company. Upon hearing this, the best friend and the husband became instantly excited, thinking that their years of careful planning were finally about to succeed. After the daughter went abroad to study, the best friend never set foot in the house again, while the husband always came home very late. Both of them eagerly anticipated the daughter's return to inherit the company, but they didn't know that the woman had grown tired of this cat and mouse game, simply waiting to make her final move. 3 years later, the daughter returned from studying abroad. The woman and her husband arrived at the airport early to greet her, but the daughter ran into the arms of the best friend, completely ignoring her mother standing aside. However, the woman didn't mind any of that, and instead took the daughter to the company for a press conference, where she publicly announced that all the company's shares and assets were transferred to the daughter's name. Everyone was stunned upon seeing the keys to luxury cars and gold bars, with many envying the girl for having a CEO as her mother. At that moment, the best friend sitting in the audience couldn't hold back any longer. He immediately walked up to the stage and took out a paternity test report, stating that the girl was actually the daughter of her and the man, after which everyone criticized the best friend for not only having an affair with the woman's husband, but also for using the woman's womb to bear her child. They immediately felt that the woman was pitiful, while the man believed that he was merely pursuing his own happiness. At that moment, the woman asked the daughter how she would choose, and of course, the girl chose to be with her biological parents. To thank the woman for raising her, she gave the woman $500 as compensation. This act once again drew the criticism of everyone, who deemed all three of them to be despicable people. The man stated that this was their family business and that nobody needed to meddle. Immediately after, he handed the woman a divorce agreement and asked her to sign it. Without hesitation, the woman signed her name on it. The best friend was overjoyed upon seeing this, as she had originally thought that the woman would make some demands of them, but she didn't expect that the woman would sign the divorce agreement so readily. Just as the three became overly self-satisfied, the woman ordered her subordinate to bring a gift to give to the girl, even though the girl wasn't her biological daughter. But since the girl was the heir to her company, she gave the girl the heirloom jade ring from the Su family, and wished happiness for their little family. Seeing this, everyone thought that the woman was foolish, but some observed that this must have been a trap set by the woman, and a reporter curiously asked the woman if she had deliberately orchestrated a scheme against the trio. The woman did not respond, and without another word, turned and left the press conference, because in her heart, this trap had only just begun. The woman's calm demeanor triggered panic in the man. He recalled how she had once unflinchingly defeated numerous rivals, and he feared falling into a trap set by her. The three of them immediately followed the woman to an old residence. To their surprise, the former billionaire now lived in a dilapidated house, eating plain steamed buns and pickles in a very shabby manner. Seeing this, the best friend smugly mocked the woman. Unexpectedly, the woman said not a word, instead focusing solely on her meal. This action made them even more fearful, suspecting that the woman was scheming to frame them. The man further accused the woman of causing their company's stock price to plummet during the press conference. The girl hurriedly urged them not to worry, saying that 3 days later, after she married the CEO would invest $1 billion into their company, and then the three of them could live a better life, while the woman would be forced to live in poverty. The woman still did not utter a single word. Watching the family of three leave happily, she thought to herself that in 3 days, they would all descend into hell. 3 days later, the woman suddenly appeared at the wedding scene. The guests were very puzzled by her arrival, not understanding why the woman would come here. Seeing this, the best friend assumed that the woman had secretly sneaked in, and declared that all the guests here were either wealthy or of noble birth, scolding the woman for having no right to enter such a luxurious banquet hall. The man even insisted that the woman be kicked out immediately. Unexpectedly, the woman stated that she had come with an invitation. At that moment, the girl stormed over in her wedding dress, saying that she had sent out the invitations one by one, but had not sent any to the woman. Therefore, they all believed that the woman had come on purpose to cause trouble. The woman produced the invitation, saying that it was the CEO who had invited her. The girl was very surprised upon seeing this, doubting that the woman had forged the invitation, since the CEO had only sent one invitation to his most important person. The guests also began to discuss among themselves, claiming that the CEO was the richest person in the country, with an esteemed status, and would never send an invitation to the woman unless she was his most important person. At that moment, the man also began to question the woman about her true relationship with the CEO, and why she had an invitation from him. The best friend suddenly recalled that the woman must have stolen the invitation, since with her current status, she would have no way of contacting the CEO. Just as the girl ordered the security to kick the woman out of the banquet hall, the CEO suddenly rushed in to stop it. The man introduced himself eagerly to the CEO as the girl's father. The CEO ignored the man, and after hearing what the girl said, realized that the three of them had just been bullying the woman. Not only had they insulted her, but they had also slandered her by claiming that she had stolen the CEO's only invitation. As the CEO's expression grew increasingly stern, everyone suspected that the woman had angered him. The best friend quickly tried to please the CEO, saying that he would immediately have someone break the woman's hand to punish her for stealing the invitation. The CEO, however, stated that the woman had not stolen the invitation, and then shouted "Mom" at the woman.